Hello everyone and welcome to Mr. Moser's Meandering Monday. This one's going to be a little different in the fact that it's not really a place you really need to come to visit unless you're kind of geeky like me, but I have this weird fascination with maps and why state lines curve this way and that, and I'm going to show you a map in a minute of where we are and explain what that is. But where I'm at right now, this is called the North Corner Rock. It is basically a boundary marker between North and South Carolina. So this is a marker, like I said, between North Carolina and South Carolina, where the state line goes from east to west, but suddenly shoots north and south, and I'll show you that on the map. This stone was erected in 1813, and it was a little bigger, but it was hit by a car in the 70s, and so part of the rock is actually at their historical society. The top part came off somehow, but this is the rest of the rock, and so it's going to be a short one, like I said, but I'm going to show you some history about it, and hopefully you'll even learn a little something. To get to this boundary stone from Clover, South Carolina, it's about 38 miles away and will take about 53 minutes driving time to get there. I bet before today you didn't know that a tiny stone marks where North Carolina and South Carolina meet. It doesn't look like much, but it has a wild history that goes back almost 300 years. Long before the Scotch-Irish settlers came here, leaders in London decided to draw a line between the two colonies of North and South Carolina. Back then, this land was ruled by 8 men called the Lords Proprietors, until they were kicked out in 1719. In 1730, the king sent directions to where the border should go, but the directions were super confusing. North Carolina's governor thought it meant one thing, and South Carolina's governor thought it meant something else. In 1735, both colonies finally agreed to start the line at Goat Island on the coast. It would then go northwest to the 35th parallel on a map, which is about 1 mile north of the city of today's Fort Mill. Then straight west to what they called the South Seas, in other words, the Pacific Ocean. They also promised not to cut through Catawba Indian villages. But things didn't go well. The land was swampy and hard to cross. The first group gave up, another group attempted it and couldn't finish either, and pretty soon both colonies were arguing over where the line should be. 30 years later, with new kings, new governors, and new surveyors, they decided to try again. But the surveyors made a big mistake. The line ended up 11 miles too far south, and South Carolina lost over 400,000 acres, and would have been even more if it hadn't been fixed. So in 1772, they ordered a correction, and a new line was drawn west of the Catawba River, a little further north. York County got 11 miles of new land, an area people called the New Acquisition. If they hadn't have fixed this mistake, Clover, South Carolina would have been in North Carolina. Then came the Revolutionary War. Lord Cornwallis's British soldiers tore up the old roads that had marked the borders, and new roads were built in their place. That messed everything up again. People didn't even know which state they lived in. In 1808, both states agreed to draw a straight line and settle it once and for all. They picked one man everyone trusted, William Richardson Davie. He had fought in the Revolutionary War, became governor of North Carolina, and even founded the University of North Carolina. Davie did the job, and both states accepted his decision. No fighting, no more confusion, just one clear line. So this rock is a boundary marker between North and South Carolina. So if you look right here, when I stand right here, I'm in Lancaster County, South Carolina. And then I walk right over here. I'm in Union County, North Carolina. How wild is that? And if you look closely at this boundary rock, you can see South Carolina etched into the rock on one side and North Carolina on the other. So while this might just look like an old rock by the side of a road, it marks peace, patience, and a lot of hard work. This little stone tells a big story, the story of how the Carolinas finally found their line. Have a great day.